So next slide, please. The terminal objective of the program is at the end. You can just be conducting a project initiative for your workplace by developing a needs-based technical assistance plan, which is not new to you. It can contain some monitoring tools using different technical assistance modalities in the new environment, which you've learned from the training program. So these technical assistance plans can actually uh, be the plans or be the learning and development plans that will address the needs of the district or of the school in terms of learning recovery. Okay, so sabi nga ni SDS, focus tayo dun sa learning recovery. So whatever you're going to do, it has to contribute to learning recovery. Next slide, please. At the end of the program, the participants will be able to, number one, contextualize instructional supervision process and activities according to different learning modalities. You assess existing technical assistance delivery modes. You can create an action plan using different platforms, whether it's online or physical LAC sessions, or you can or what we call district LAC sessions, or we can do coaching. Those are the two that we will be focusing for the week. And then you can also have the monitoring tools to ensure quality. And of course, you implement your project or the technical assistance plan that we will be crafting. Next slide, please. So what is a project initiative? It's or the technical assistance plan. It's really to demonstrate so that the vision will be able to see your leadership skills through the PA plan. So the implementation of the TA plans, it's actually the culminating activity of the said program. It's a job embedded learning or workplace application. Okay. A lot of your learning recovery plans will surely mention number of teachers attended the training, and then the division will say number of supervisors who attended the training. But the question is, how does the learning take place? Okay, how is it applied to the division, to the district, or even to the school? So this is what your TA plan is after it is implemented. So this, of course, is required by DepEd and NAEP for all learning and development activities for PD credits. Pinaghirapan ni Ma'am Payan. Last year pa po kami, ilang replanning at sequencing na po. And now it's really geared towards helping you in your learning recovery efforts. Next slide, Sir Don. So daily schedule today, we start at 8 a.m. Every day, the entire week, we start at 8 a.m. We put there 12 noon, but hopefully we finish before 12 noon because I know you have other activities, but the pace will depend upon your cooperation with us. All right, so that's our daily schedule. Next slide, please, Sir Don. And then I'm sure this was forwarded to you because we are only half day. We do asynchronous in the afternoon. Your action is needed here. The workbook was forwarded to you by the division, and of course, this needs to be completed for you to get your PD units. So for day one, we have the flexible learning modalities, and also instructional leadership. For day two, we have SPM, linking to your TA and learning recovery. And then day 3, monitoring flexible learning environments. Day 4, I'm going to talk about learning and development and of course coaching. And then day 5, LAC for flexible learning environments. So we have few questions there, but there's a lot of reading material that you can get ideas from. So I suggest po that after today, you answer the questions in day 1 and then tomorrow day 2 as well. So hindi po kayo nababag down. And then of course, we have reflection prompts for you that will also be answered after each day. All right? We also place there the project initiative guidelines for your TA plans. We will be discussing that more as we go along. But the templates are there that you can choose from. I guess it's division template created by the division. All right? So that's action on your part, and this has to be submitted to the division. If you're a principal, I will discuss later on the process of how the submission will be. All right, next slide, please. Sir Don. So the certificate of completion with PT units, of course, you just completed your pre-test, and on Friday you will give the post-test. You have to be present in all 5 days, and then you have to complete the workbook that I just showed you, and then of course the workplace application. I guess before the end of the school year. Okay, next please. So this is the process of submission of tasks and outbooks. You send the work. If you're a principal, the workbook will be forwarded to your district. Okay, and then the workbook with the district's sorry about that. The supervisor's approval, the workbook now will be forwarded to the SDO. Okay, and then monitoring and evaluation of your tasks based on your workplace application will be monitored, and then it will be announced by the SDO, no, what happened to your workplace application. I guess this would be easily monitored, especially if it is connected to your learning recovery, kasi kailangan na siya. So again, if you're a school head, you submit to the district supervisor. Upon approval, the district supervisor will forward it collectively to the SDO, to the district supervisor. So isasama niyo po yung clan together with the principals in your district, and then i-forward po sa SDO. Yan po. Next slide po, Sir Don. Yan. The names, okay, the names that were given to me this morning, I will just announce them. You will be called by our supervisor, by our next speaker, Christopher Albino, principal from San Isidro Elementary School. Cristel May Bernardino, also a principal from Santo Cristo. Maria Teresa de la Cruz from Towerville Elementary School. Zenaida Aguirre, principal, Minuyan Elementary School. Elisa Harabe, principal also from Santo Cristo. Juanito Rondina, principal din ng Cacahuate National High School. Sir Leo Evasco, principal ng Minuyan National High School. Diana Tindugan, head teacher po ng Cacahuate National High School. And Jane Tanggalin, head teacher ng Towerville. And lastly, Sir Ernie Alcaraz, principal ng San Roque. So the 10 people I mentioned will call you randomly, and we hope you discuss your experiences with us. No, so just wait for that. All right. Next slide, please. All right. So yan, I'm your program advisor, and I'll be working with next slide. Dr. Carlo Magno, well introduced by Sir Don also, and our next advisor also, and also your workbook writer is Sir John Philip Sapassion. He will be joining us on Thursday and Friday, and of course, Sir Philip now is in the United States now. He's working in the United States as a consultant also for English as a second language. So he will be with us on Thursday and Friday. Next slide, please. Sorry po, next slide po. Yan. So, ito po are just reminders, although I kudos to your division. I like the video that they showed. No? So, let's always be on time. Let's engage actively. Let's be present. Let's be respectful in our thoughts and our words. Let's use appropriate emoticons when making comments. All right, so that we have a positive learning environment. Next slide po. Ayan. So reminders, online learning etiquette. Please bring an open mindset to the learning experience. This is the first time that we are with you, and we really hope to collaborate very well with you. Let's keep an open mindset. Our thoughts will be different from your thoughts. If that's the case, if you want to express your feelings or your ideas, please raise your hand, and we will of course recognize you. Or you can write your thoughts in the chat box, and of course we will respect your ideas. So ask and you shall receive. Let's remember, all of us has something valuable to say. all our thoughts are come from different contexts. So it's good to learn um, from one another with respect. And then, of course, we ask questions for clarification and deeper understanding. All right, so let's keep calm. This is a safe place. We're here to improve our leadership skills. Next slide, please. Yan. So, before we start the main session, what are your expectations from the training? Yeah. What are your expectations from the training? You may write your expectations in the chat box and I will read them aloud. Thank you. What are your expectations? So, I will wait. May palaging lag lang tayo. But I will wait for your comments in the chat box. It's actually open sa akin. So what are your expectations from the training, dear supervisors, principals, and you have some head teachers? Ayan si Sir Brian, excited for the new leadership coach. Kanina pa niya sinabi yan. Yeah, it's a new hello, Sir Brian. That's what I like calling it. Bittersweet goodbye to Ma'am Alvin, but now it's a new hello to our new Vice President. So what are our expectations? You can type in your answers sa ating chat box. I'm waiting. Sabi ni Ma'am Christina, enhancing our knowledge on instructional leadership. Sabi ni Sir Christopher, I'm looking forward to learning techniques and giving technical assistance to our fellow teachers. Yes. Excited. And then, sabi ni Sir Francis, to learn more about new instructional supervision process. Yes, Ma'am Mary Ann, give us additional instruction in giving technical assistance. Yes, Miss Mary Ann. Let's have a look. Looking forward for a new concept of technical assistance, Ma'am Erlinda. Yeah, it's new because we have a new learning environment. We have what we call the flexible learning environment. So I would say it's the delivery. No? Sabi ni Sir Raul, to further improve my leadership and management skills and give teachers appropriate PA needed to improve learning and development in school. Yes. Ma'am Corazon, the training will give us a new skill on how to provide PA responsibly amidst pandemic and beyond. Yes. We are expecting to learn new things in terms of leadership, and now that is mark of a good and efficient leader. Yes, Sir Brian. Sharing with you some thoughts on qualities of effective school head. Lord Lourdes Roberts, to deepen our knowledge on IS and LND. Yes, I'll be discussing LND on the fourth day. Ma'am Annie, inputs on improving LND programs for personnel. Hoping that we can, sabi ni Ma'am Annie, sabi ni Ma'am Elisa, hoping that we can gain more knowledge and application to improve our instructional leadership, especially in this time of pandemic and recovery. Yes. Ma'am Gina, enhance and broaden our knowledge in the context of the new normal. Marlon practice, leveling of understanding of A. Ma'am Milia, to improve my supervisory skills and instructional leadership and design LND to adjust the learning gaps. Yes, and the learning loss. Yes, Ma'am Milia. So, to address gaps and losses, we need hard data. That's the most responsible way to do it. We cannot move on with LND, designing LND, giving technical assistance if we do not have hard data. So that's the first thing that we have to do. Ma'am Lydia can conceptualize appropriate PA plan based on the needs of the school heads in the school. Correct, Ma'am Lydia. Always based on hard data. Jocelyn Santiago, to learn appropriate technique on strategy giving PA to teachers. Ma'am Marisa, improve my leadership and management to improve workers. Ma'am Rosa, it should make me gain insights on makeup capabilities. Yes. Excited to learn more on the LND and PA fellow workers, si Ma'am Juliet, Ma'am Esperanza, clarification on the instructional supervision and managerial role of school heads. Ayan. I'm sure Carlo is already listening. So, Ma'am Esperanza and maybe the rest, would want to seek clarification on instructional supervision and the managerial role of the school heads. Yes, we need clarification on that. Jaime Tugade, now that we've started our journey toward learning recovery, I'm hoping to be exposed to a timely approach, yes, to conducting because of the learning recovery, addressing the learning loss. Everything has to be what we call, uh, there's a term, sorry po, umagang-umaga. It's a term where we use in the Carlo, which is accelerated learning recovery. After the plan, we accelerate learning recovery. So, timely approach is very important. So, naghahabol tayo since 2 years na nawala sa mga. Ma'am Rowena, specific and effective mechanisms in the monitoring instructional process that's going to happen on Wednesday. Technical assistance skills, Officer Edwin, yes. Come up with contextualized instruction supervision process that will possible learning modalities. Yes. Ma'am J.S. Campana, training serves as a renewal of vow for a school head, being an instructional manager more than anything else. And as a school head, the main role of the school head is being the instructional leader. Din is training with hands on performing classes with instructional leaders. Extremely. Annalisa, improvement students in the A, LME. Daisy, good morning din po. Deeper understanding of LME. Reynalda, to utilize the results. Very good. Very good si Reynalda. May results na siya. Okay? And now, it's the designing, I guess, of the technical assistance or the learning and development program to address the learning loss or the learning gaps and learning gaps. Very well said. Rinalda Paradesa. Melinda Mirada to improve our leadership and teaching skills. And lastly, Lydia Belinda. Develop appropriate monitoring tools in assessing and addressing learning gaps of the schools. All right. So thank you very much, 121 of you who are very much alive at 9:09 in the morning. Alright? So maraming salamat po. We'll just take a 5-minute break. Okay? Brain break. Maybe you can get your coffee. And then po, we'll start with our first session. Rest assured that all of these expectations from the training are duly noted. And if you have further questions or reminders,